Okay, I'm done scalping for the day, and I wanted to build the for the swing traders. And if you blew up your account today, don't worry. And the thing is this is another reason why you would not want to commingle the yen with the pound, because if you blew up the pound account, that's okay. Maybe you've got a pound scalper and you've got a pound swing trader. So if you have and it's better to have them all open at the same time. I mean, let's try to maybe some type of organization. Maybe one's on a laptop so you can't get to it. This is the old thing, you put a lock on your refrigerator so you stop eating ice cream, I think. But that's the way to go. That's a possibility. But next week's coming, so I built this swing trading script that risks 100 pips to make 200 pips, and I would have to just pick out which currency I wanted to trade with it. This one is set to these black lines are the 50-yard line, and these big olive ones are the 100-yard line. I'm just going to change the background color here because it probably is not going to look too pretty. Just lighten that up a little bit to make it stand out a little more. So here is the 100-yard line, and there is and this is a real fat 100-yard line. But the 50s there, you can see how many pips. So right now you could buy at the market, say, but what if it goes down lower? So if you're going to trade with the 100 pip stop and you risk $10 to make $20, so you risk $30 to make $60 if you bought next week on right here, the 100-yard line. So you have a 100 pip stop and your target's there. Now that presupposes you're going to ride that thing out. Now you might be up on that by 60 pips and realize that it's a dead cat bounce and you just get the fuck out, right? But that's one separate account. So this way you're never in danger of exposing all your accounts to really dumb ideas simultaneously, all your money. Because some of these ideas that you come up with, but who's going to backtest that wick that you just saw in the British pound? Does your system account for that kind of stuff? Now, some people call that an act of God, and if anybody that blew up their account or lost money on that British pound trade, they would just have to say, well, who the fuck could see that coming? But that's the old discipline trader. You take responsibility for your trades. But yeah, if you spread your responsibility on 10 brokers, then you can get 10 brokers to blame. Much better way to go. I just think it's better to segregate your funds. Now here I scalped out I still am a scalp here. I did get in one last scalp here. 1 minute chart on this. But I wanted to show you the swing trade with the 100 pip stop to make 200 because I think it's the go-to script for people that can just get their brain around $10 a risk to make $20. Now that's pretty considerable. You could trade with these Stapleton people. So you could trade a Gartley with this fucking order. I hate to swear, but I just get excited. So some people like, oh gosh, I had to unsubscribe. Okay, there's adult warnings on my videos. Look at this pullback. So I'm going to take my money and run. They're just going to trash this now. So we've never made it through. We made it to the floor on this thing. See? We made it to the floor. That's it. That could be it for the day. We could just dilly-dally in a 100 pip range for the rest of the day now. So I took that scalp. I'm gone. I'm flat. I want to go to this micro account here and examine the script. I'm going to publish this in the comment window. And the way to install this is 100 pip stop to make 200. I leave the slippage at 3. I don't know what the hell that is. You're risking $10 to make $20. Right? So it's every pip is going to cost you every 10 pips is going to cost you $1 in a micro. So 50 cents to make 5 pip move. with no spread. If there was no such thing as a spread. Here the spread doesn't matter. So if you got a schlock broker, load these up. I mean, this is something your kids could put in this order. Give them a 25 pip stop and tell them to place no more than 10 orders a week. That's $250 of risk per week. Well, you just tell them, look for the last peak and valley on the weekly charts. You know, you'd have to, like, you can't just tell somebody to get in the car and drive. You're like, okay, here's the road. So I'm not saying that you could just willy-nilly throw these orders in here, because you're going to fucking blow the account up, right? 100 pip stops doesn't take long. Now, if you standard lot here, I don't think so. You place a standard lot and risk all this. Then, so instead of risking $10, you're going to risk $1,000 to make $2,000 on one trade. What's the chance they hit your target dead on? They could come within 90 pips of getting stopped out of this ticket, and you could actually say, well, look at, see, it made money. So there's no, it's a bottomless pit of how you can actually distort what happened during a day of trading and say, well, I failed because of this. What this guy said, and this bobsledding trader said, is that your method may be perfect, but your mindset's fucked up and you keep on placing the same method in. Now you're overtrading it. You're overtrading a method that works. So a couple of things on that demo is you're testing the fact, was it going to blow, what's the risk of ruin? You should know that when you press all the buttons, each ticket's worth X. So here, you could have 8 screens on a dedicated computer on the other side of the room running just nothing but swing trade strategies, right? Your fucking Gartley shit. It's like some kind of something out of a bad sci-fi movie where the guy's hats are triangular. Look at this 50 pip winner if you bought at the 100 here. I think we'd come back to the floor here. So the same rally that we're looking for in the, now I'm looking for a pullback to get in on the British pound, or again on the New Zealand dollar here. And here's the pendings, and we got out at the last known target here, which was this floor on this chart here. So this is a 20 pip range, and we're just dicking around now. We could clear, this is where we could clear the trees and go north on this. So let me put this, let me show you how to load that script. All you got to do is take the comment that I have in this video, go to your MT4 platform. This is why MT4 is like a Volkswagen. It runs. Okay, Hitler designed it, but it runs. Or Hitler said, make me some of these. Fucker runs. Easy to work on. Okay. American cars, proprietary stuff. Can't get to it. You need an electric spinner gun. Can't go in there with some clunky wrench. Who do you think you are? MT4, you can work on your own stuff. So let's throw this in. Go to File. Go to, sorry, I already fucked it up. File's good. File you'll need later. Cruise over here. Now, this is another problem with all of Windows systems. What the fuck is, why isn't everything just here? What's this shit on top? So we're going to go to Tools. And I guess I should put this in the toolbox. I made this toolbox and I never filled it up on this Google Plus. So you go in here, go down to Meta Quotes, or just hit F5 and F4 on your keyboard. We're going to open this puppy up. Now I'm going to take a lookie at this swing trade weekly. I think it's set to weekly. It should be. Now let's hope I'm in the right. Okay, I already lost the order. Interesting. Let me go look for that. That was the wrong broker, wrong account. So we're going to go to the tools, open up, or just hit F4, open that up. We're going to take a look at this one that I just wrote, and you just take the script that I'm going to make the comment, and you're going to grab all this crap and copy it, and you're going to paste it into this. Going to go to new, and this is the file inside the editor now, which is confusing. That's why I got into the file on the main platform. And you're going to see script right here, second one down. Keep going forward and call it whatever you want. I'd call it maybe swing trade. Just call it 100 pip stop. So coming up with new names works too. This is another thing psychologically. Like say you're going to write a book, and if you title the book like a book like Atlas Shrugged, when I first heard the title I just thought, wow, that sounds like Atlas Shrugged. And then you read the whole book and you're like, okay, well, you know, if you could have wrote the title up front and written to the title. So I'm going to try to, so you can either plus it invokes like, okay, I just know this is a 100 pip stop to make 200 pips. Now if I start off with the number first, or I can put buy stop. No, it's not a buy stop. This will switch to buy limit if I put it below, and a buy stop if I put it above. So if I do think that we're only going to pull back, if we're going to keep going up, and I'm like, yeah, I really want to get on this with a 100 pip stop right now, I would just put it just slightly above where we're at, 5 pips above. What's it going to make a difference, right? 100 pip stop, right? I mean, already you think it's going up, or you wouldn't buy it. You wouldn't buy it if you didn't think it was going up. So here, I'm just going to call this 100 stop. And so when you're putting this in, right here is a big psychological shift. Now you're writing trade plans instead of staring down these Gartleys and crap. So when this opens up, and you get this new script, select everything in here, either drag over every ounce of stuff, or you're just going to hold down the control key and hit the A key, which is going to highlight everything. Then you're going to delete, and then you're going to compile that. And it's okay if it's got errors, but just get it kind of compiled so the name's saved at least in case something goes wrong. Power goes up. Now you're going to so getting a major pullback here on the pound here. Let me see if I'm getting filled on anything. Okay, so, and then you just go to so you go to my comment, and you're going to bring up the, so whatever I wrote in the comment of this thing, you're going to go grab that, and when you hit Control A, you can't really do it. You have to actually grab it because you might capture everything on your monitor, on your desktop. And then I hold down the Control key and hit C. Now it's sitting in the clipboard of Windows. And then I'm going to go open up this, and I'm going to paste it in here. Well, actually, I just renamed that. It's called 100 stop. So there's nothing there. You got your 100 stop. Hold down Control, hit the V key. Boom. Hit compile. Now you want to check the, make sure you got the weekly in here. And you got the 100 pip stop. This is like, and you can always delete all, like if you change your mind, start over. Now you could create the sell side of this. There's a sell side of this thing. This is buy only. To make this a sell, I think all you got to do is change these two words, I think, and change these two words. If that doesn't work, then just say something in the, and I'll recomment the sell script for that, with the 100 pips stop to make 200 pips on the bear side. But see how it flips here in the code. This is telling you these are hand placed drops. You have to drop on chart, tip of your mouse, cursor is going to end here, and depending on whether it's above or below is going to determine whether it's a buy stop or a buy limit at that moment it drops, and it should come up in the comment line. And this should say W1. So let me just change that right now. To reflect the code so I know how it's been written, just to keep track of everything. And if I could dump this to a spreadsheet, and God, if I could find some hot chick to do spreadsheets for me, she could sit on my lap and explain it to me. So there's W1, W1 matches this. I could even put this in here. You can put stuff you can't put in Windows in these quotes because it's not gonna, Windows isn't gonna think it's a directory. You could copy and paste this one, this whole phrase in here. There's plenty of room in the comment line for that. And I made it blue because it's buy and the rods would be sells, and that way you can keep track when you drop it. You can also get rid of the arrow just by deleting the comma and the word blue, because the comma is saying there's more to come, so you can't just delete the color, you got to delete the comma also. So compile that, and now you just go looking for a place to put it. So here I've got it down here next week, and now I can just keep bringing up more and more currency pairs. Show all. I got a fixed Pip spread broker here at and this is how you would do it. So let's pick another currency pair that has a wild swing. We go for the dollar CAD. We load our favorite template. We look for 100 pip moves here. We go to this chart. We can see the 100 pip winner that you could have placed here. I mean 100 pip stop. You would have not made 100 pips, you would have made 50, but you could have still gotten out, right? So if you're willing to risk that today. So here's the round handle entry. We just got this. Some news must have just come out. But see this smash and grab here at the 100 round? There's a candidate right there. So if you're gonna, news is coming out, we've seen this before, and now we put our next order down here. There's a stop. Right, next order is here at the round. Maybe you get stopped out. Well, maybe you don't. You got 2 tickets in there. 2 tickets to paradise. I don't know if you could trade the guppy with a 100 pip stop. That might be asking much. Big pullback on New Zealand here. So you got to gauge the ATR to this 100 pip if you're going to go with it. There it is. I want to buy the stop hunt here. I want to buy here next week. I'm going to set it and forget it. I'm risking $10 to make $20. That's all there is to it. Go to the next currency pair. So you just queue these guys up vertically, and I would take out, I would make all the time frames the same here, and just go vertical with all your currency pairs. And you're looking for those 100 pip smash and grabs. Big pullback here. Okay, so look at this. This may not move much, but you're just going to see the grid here. And nice thing about new MT4 is you can run quite a bit of vertical screens here. Put in your favorite template. I guess I should have saved that color I had. Well, here's a nice there's a nice sell. So look at this. Now if you're long this pair and you didn't have your targets set up there, how'd that work out for you? If you sold up here, you made, oh, I don't know, 600 pips selling with your sell limits up here. So would you put a buy limit down here now? Now, knowing what you know, can we come down here next week? Yeah, why not? Like, look at this move here. So It's just complete inversion of the other trade. So if you wanted to trade this to the upside, and if you had targets set at 700 pips, done good. That's a great trade, right? Look at that wick. It's a real mind blower, that puppy. I don't have the right template in here. Look at that wick. So bad template. Let's put the so what do you think of selling that every 100 pips? Had to be careful though. We all knew this was huge vapor lock up here, huge hole to fill. The next hole that was forming was dollar CAD. That was supposed to be the big fill to the north side that could be coming still. You think it's bad here. Look at Canada. Now this might be the next guy to the next card to fall here. Go look at this one. Think this isn't going to fill like that? Could be some crazy stuff to come on this pair next. Getting a big pullback here, trying to scalp the plunge on the. So this could be the launching pad. We get in here. Today we go creaming forth. We go up and finish the day blowing out the top of this today. Who knows, right? Anyways, that's my swing trade weekly 100 pips stop to make 200 pips.